Uh, Hello everyone to the stream. Today we'll be, I was gonna say finishing, starting Unfinished Comedy, which is the one of the 4.1 world quests. And we'll be, oh yeah, sorry, I can't store it. And we'll be doing the Ashikai reaction for her newest video. Okay. But first, we'll be,
There'll be an extra fee for now. I'll think about it.
First, we'll do some commission. We'll do commissions. Bro, right next to each other? That's nice. Right next to each other. I remember one point when I logged in, I was right on top of one of the challenges. So that was nice that time. That was very nice. Very nice. Oh god, you. Okay, let's just quickly skip to this. Because I know that Unfinished Comedy goes for around 3 hours. So... I won't do all of it. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I won't do all of it today, definitely. Definitely not. I definitely won't do all of it today, but I'm hoping maybe do half of it today and half of it next stream. So... As I'm hoping for. And we could do Ashikai reaction after as well. I mean, there shouldn't be any spoilers because Brandon Line would spoil himself for it, you know? Because he watched the Ashikai video before. Yep, definitely adjusted it myself. Alright, let's go back to him. This one should be a fighting one. It's either the Hilichurl one or the Mecha one. I mean, that's all fighting there is in this place. Hilichurls and Mechas. I guess there's, treasure hoarders, yeah. You better be careful, the treasure hoard is right over there, I mean... She's pretty dodgy, man. She's really dodgy. Thank you. Thank. Oh, you dog shit.
I'm fine. Now disappear.
I don't really want to do the ult here.
I'll live. Let
Go.
the magic begin.
Okay, this is what I want. I want to sell the pirate. I am. That was spread out.
Propagate.
Oh.
And voila. Step on them.
Let's collect all my goodies. Let's go to... Is this the diver? Oh no, it's defeat them. I thought it was the diver. Alright. Bam. Oh, hello. Why are you still swimming?
Scatter! Spring forth!
Let the show begin.
Now disappear.
Be amazed!
Propagate!
Does it literally That's... Oh.
Step right up.
I need these because I'm guessing that this stuff is... Come on, this stuff has to be for free now. Like, surely. Because if it is, I'm gonna have so many. Fuck. Well. Time to go exploring to see if you can find a chest. Okay, let's go here. Let's see if you can find a chest. Because I should only need to open one more chest to get the exploration commission done. So we'll do that. Ah ha ha! Oh, maybe Frida would need this. Looks like Frida materials.
Over here!
Oh wow.
Cue the spotlight!
Did I scare you?
I'm sorry, man.
Now disappear.
Scatter!
A round of applause. Oh,
Surprise!
did I scare you?
Man, my headphones are too loud.
Having fun? Step right up.
Jeez.
And now I'll make it all disappear.
There we go.
Kidding.
I've been waiting.
Oh,
Stick.
yeah.
Stick home.
Apologies, Shivana!
Fuck.
Please remain seated.
Oh my god.
The banquet is nearing its end. Be amazed!
Propagate! Scatter!
Thank you very much.
Apologies.
Now disappear.
Be still.
Hello? Thank you. Oh my god.
And voila!
Over here!
Propagate!
Looks like I went too far.
I'm stuck!
Now disappear.
Jesus.
The scent of treasure.
Huh. Right, let me quickly mark that. Let me quickly mark what I just got on the map. Just... Oh, but over here. Oh, I can't even know what over here. I thought we were on the other side. Bruh.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Hello, Catherine.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Yay!
Ad Astra.
Alright, let's claim these. I didn't do them all.
Ad Astra.
God damn it. I should change Amber to do something like mining or something. Get some more ores, maybe. Let's cook some yummy food. Over here. That was way too close. I mean, it's eggs, so it's not that good. But who cares? We're just... I have so many, like, freaking fried eggs. It's ridiculous at this point. I have 269. Nice. But I have so many fucking eggs, man. So many fucking eggs. Okay, it's the word is for this one, Game of the Rich. Alright, let's start it. Yes. Yes. Probably no significant quests. Which floor is that? Oh, is that the bottom floor? Where there's no teleporter. I know Brad did this one last night, so... I just want to say, I'll only be reading what the Traveler says and what Paimon says. I'm not going to read what these other people say because my voice cannot handle that. Okay? My voice cannot handle that. Dirty face? Yeah, dirty face? Why? What? Any news? Where's the action at? Joe, where did you let us talk like that? Don't tell Paimon. Don't tell Paimon you think that's a bad habit. No way. Paimon won't allow it. Oh, great. The opening act. Okay, let's go then. Let's go, I guess. Unfinished comedy. There's no act 1, 2, or 3. It's just... I should just act 1. Alright. Whoa, that guard looks cool. The outfit is cool. Bro, the outfit is sick. The outfit is so cool. I mean, I guess so. Oh, the music. The music, man. The music. Music. The truth? What? You're just leaving? He left us just like that. Some guy. Power gives him 0 stars. 0. A game I'm definitely gonna win. Yeah, there's no game the two of us can't win. Wait a sec, we still don't know what the game even is. Yeah. So what are you guys playing? Coupon Millionaire? Fucking Jesus Christ. Pirate's never heard of such a game. I have heard a Millionaire Hot Seat. Something like that. Jesus, I was clicking, it was doing nothing. I was clicking, it was doing nothing. A reward better than coupons? What could it be? Oh. Interesting. The rules are really vague. If the rules are vague, that's something you don't want to be going like into. Jesus. Ah, they do. They do. Sorry, Amber, but I'm gonna win. It's not very attractive. Yeah, I feel like it's not a very attractive game to get into. I don't know. I'll keep reading this as Einstein. I don't know why. It just wants an E. Esteem. Is it Esteem? I think it's Esteem. Children's competition? Pi doesn't know who you are, but you shouldn't underestimate us. We see some things. That sounds like we see some messed up shit. I mean, we have seen a god. We have seen a man-made god, which you probably haven't seen before. But yeah, it's just a game, and we're gonna cruise. We're gonna cruise through it. Yeah. Fucking hell! Why is all these fucking things are? Why is there a child? Yeah, why is there a child in prison? Oh wow, a real child and a confident one at all. Oh, she ran off. Oh, she ran off here. This guy sounds like a massive, like, annoying bastard. Ah! The girl returns, maybe? I kind of guess the girl returns. What sort of person leaves their friends behind anyway? We aren't his friends. In fact, Pyro's gotta use his Uncle Nick to address him. That pretty face is a jerk. Oh, wait a minute. That thing doesn't sound all that mean, but he doesn't like it. That's the thing. He doesn't like it. He thinks it's lame. So we're calling him a lame. Calling him by a lame thing, yeah? Call me Pyro and this shit. As for the game, what do you more time to think about this? Maybe next time. I don't think I have like any coupons left. Yeah. Oh, we're actually gonna go to it now. The fuck are you doing here? Fuck are you doing here? There you are. A bird? Pyro doesn't look like a bird. The way you keep talking. The way you keep talking. You mean? Dragon Lane. Oh, maybe. Maybe. The way you eat and your thirst for wealth certainly fits the bill. No, they don't. Anyway, you should. Pyro's name is Pyro. What's your name? So, I'm confused when Pyro said Pyro's name's Pyro, and it always confused me. Like, is her species called Paimon? Like, is her species called Paimon? That's the question. Or is it just Paimon's name's Paimon? Or like Jada's name's Jada? It's like, bro, what? It doesn't even make sense. You go, like, I don't know. The evil Sakura? Where is this Wix spell slinger? My sword is ready. Were you playing a lot of Pyro? I think she's talking about the one who just saw. The one that left? The one that was being an absolute bastard? That's what I thought we were talking about. Sorry. I thought, wait, isn't that who? Must have been a guard, right? So who's this bad bass? Sakura? Sakura? Is that how you say it? Sorcerer. 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 Esteed or Knowledge, but I do not know how to pronounce names. Notice then, as I said, he was annoying too. Paimon doesn't like him either. It seems he doesn't think very highly of us. Anyway, the evil sorcerer is good now. Still, why is a little kid like you in the fortress of Merope? That's what I'm asking. Were you bored here? Were you like bored here? Home is where your family is. How do you call a place you don't know home? Might Kaita by any chance be a kid who looks about the same age as you? This kind of sounds mysterious. And maybe, Lanoya? Is just too young. She hasn't been very clear about herself at all. Maybe this Kaden knows more. Guess we could go meet him. We want to meet Kaden. Will you take us to see him? Sure. Let's go. Oh. What? It's an Eremite. Wait, have we seen an Eremite here before? Oh, speaking to what the? Oh, so it's power sources that scanning the overload. What? Why? Oh. The music here is so good. Like, the music here is really good. Wait. Shit, I was gonna punch that. Oh, what the hell? What happened? I don't even know what it was. Wait, I wanna hit this. Might do some of the clear event as well, because there should be 2 out as well. There should be 2 out as well. Why should I go further away to disable it? Okay, we're still going on an adventure. Are we just turning all these off? Oh, at the cafeteria! Look, it's bread. We should get something for Brad. I don't usually do it, so might as well. Might as well. So the ultimate destination of adventuring is a good meal. Not bad, right? Adventures take a toll on your body, so eating afterward is a must. I think Paula's fine just the way she is. The thought of Paula growing up, ugh, this guy gives me a headache. Ugh, you're probably thinking about something rude right now. What do you mean by rude? You mean like emergency food, or you mean weird rude? I hope she means like emergency food that way. I don't even know. Let's look to prayers. Oh, we're talking to Brett. Okay. Something good. I don't know what Primal was thinking. I have no idea what Primal was thinking. I don't know. I'll have 500 free meals. I'm getting some for everyone. Are you seriously trying to feed everyone here? We just need 2. No. Ew. Ew. What? Oh, that's harshly horrible. Is there a pot? I'll cook my own meal. Pot doesn't want to eat anymore. Parma's fortune says luck only brings fleeting pleasure. Lifelong happiness requires hard work. Parma's mad. How about you? Things happen. Don't take it personally. Just wow. Things just happen. Don't take it personally. Oh my god. Jeez. Rag and bone shop. Let me talk to Brad. Can I still get my meal? Alright, one welfare meal. Oh, I've already got it. Oh, so that counts as getting it. Oh, that's suspicious minty bit. Oh, god, and it's minty? Oh, what the hell? That's even worse. Bro, mint peas are crap, man. Mint peas are horrid. They are horrid. What happens if you... Oh, what the hell?
Is this an
We got
answer from
credit
this world?
coupon? Wait, you can actually use credit coupons? I thought they were just for the quest. I mean, I knew you could get them, but I didn't know that you could actually use them for stuff. I mean, you can use them for stuff. What a fun no. So this is the Rag and Boat Shop. Will takes a hydro for devices that can help you. What do you need? What? Really sure it won't be a problem? Children with money. Children with money. Jesus Christ. Time to eat then. Hey, that was supposed to be my line, you two. Everything is literally sold out. Oh! 30,000, but you can get. Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh my god, it's so cute. If Lorna says so, we'll dig it. Oh, so she literally. Oh, okay, she's. That's why I was sold out. Bro, 30. You spent 30k. Oh my god, at least. Oh my god. Ends up Palmer's pack. Jeez. Dude, that was amazing. Palmer's so full she could barely walk. She's getting sleepy too. Why are we here again? If you can't remember, then maybe it wasn't important. Why are you here? Palmer remembers now. Was supposed to be looking for Kater. Bruh. That's an actual bruh moment. Wait, do we get the... Do we get the cute doll? Hold up. Hold up. Look, you don't. We can't buy it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, there. Find Cater. Alright. He's upstairs. Alright, let's go. Oh, Katie's your brother? Why does a kid have 40,000 coupons? What is this? This kid has more coupons than most adults in this prison. The fuck? What the fuck? Bro, his eyes though. Caterpillar. Caterpillar. God, I just died from cringe, man. I died from cringe. I read that as Zela again. I always read it as Zela now. Like Zela. It's annoying. Pirate Pirate! Yeah. You look about the same age as me and nice. Please don't be so forward. This feels strange. He looks dead inside. He looks very dead inside. And both you and Lanoya are children, right? So is this guy is your guardian here? Why are you two in a place like this? Oh shit, look at his hat. Oh! Wait. Why have I seen this? Like, I swear I saw this in a video. I swear I saw this in a video. So what's going... So that's what's going on. I thought she was born here. Here in the fortress? Yeah, I thought so. That doesn't 100% mean you're born. But that doesn't 100% mean you're born here. Like, you know, it doesn't mean 100% you're born here. But it makes sense. It makes sense. So that's how it is, but she shouldn't be here, right? It's not like she's done anything wrong. So that's what she meant by when she said that she has a home that she doesn't know about. Will she be able to reunite with them soon? Eh? Why? How about her other family members? How do you say this name? Agnes? 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 I don't think that I can comprehend what happened. But how will we get her out without any proof of identity? Is there anything we can do to help? Is there some loophole or a back door we could use? Well, where Child went. We could literally go to the direction Child went. Oh wait, shit, no, he's in the primordial water. Maybe we don't go that way. Nah, that's probably bad. Nah, we shouldn't go that way. We're going to primordial water. How would that work? You are talking about coupon billionaire, aren't you? Are you? Pyro members Steed saying that whoever gets the most coupons within a time limit will win the chance to go outside. Whereas our coupons went straight to our stomachs. Alright, let us put a ton more clear the vagabond. Oh, fuck. We're sure to lose now. What are we gonna do? Lanoya. Past suspects, you aren't grasping the gravity of the situation at all. Jesus is writing small. Jesus Christ. Can we get the coupons refunded? We can say that she's a child who doesn't understand the rules. Pyro still feels kind of bad though. Why don't we help you? Pyro members is Steve said that you can play this game as a group. Yeah, we'll win this thing together. With us here, this should be a piece of cake. And the four of us after all. There are four of us after all. Still, how can we get the most coupons in the least amount of time? Good idea. If you're tired, why don't we call it early night? Alright. I'm feeling a little tired. I should rest now. Should we rest now? Let's rest. Kater, what story are you going to tell me today? I've already heard a lot of stories with heroes as the main characters. Today, I'll tell you a story about a little girl then. A little girl? Can a little girl also be the main character? Of course she can. It's her own story after all. In other stories, she might be a hero herself. Or even an evil dragon. So there are all kinds of roles she can play. Long ago, there was a little girl who lived in a giant's garden. The giant took special care of the flowers garden, wouldn't allow anyone to pluck even a single one of them. To keep intruders out, the giant built a towering wall around it. Because of this, the little girl living in the giant's garden had never set foot outside of it even once. The giant always told her that that the world outside was a dangerous place, and that the garden was the safest place she could live in. And then what, did the little girl listen to the giant? I bet she didn't. If she did, then the story would end there. You're right, the little girl never was one of doing what she was told. As for the rest of the story, we'll save it for next time. Bruh. That was a big bruh. Come on, end it there. I'm glad I don't have to read, but you know, happy that I don't have to read. I mean. Read. Oh, it seems that we come at a bad time. Case be taken. Evil sorcerer. What's ever doing here? Feels like he's not doing his job properly, you know? It feels like estate is not doing his job properly. Like, you know. Yeah. What was it? His voice sounds too low to be that of a child. I apologize. Were you looking for a more dramatic account? Or for some lurid details to ignite your imagination? As for what happened that day, I could recount it sparing no detail. From the furnishings of that clandestine hole to the thoughts of my companion, which I've ventured to speculate on. But that's all just a fabrication of the mind made after the fact. We both know that's not what you're really after. For these are nothing more than stories masquerading as the truth. The real story has already turned to smoke along with the barren garden. What you want to know is the pure truth. The truth is that the culprit is where he should be. The other... What? Something and trivialities are of no significance to you. They're inconsequential and thus won't take shape and won't shake up your order in the slightest. There's nothing here for you to trouble yourself with. Everything is as it should be. That's odd. Why did he flip at the drop of a hat? There's something fishy about this. Could it have something to do with that stuff? Caterpillar said. Paimon just felt a little sleepy when she heard it. Let's just ask him directly. What did you do to him? Someone that aggressive doesn't seem to try to take advice from anyone. Why would he give up so easily? Almost too handy, I'd say. Changing a stubborn person's mind with just a few simple phrases almost sounds like magic. Could there have been times when we were also influenced by magic without even knowing it? Considering how pure-hearted you are, Paimon, that is a worrying thought. You two, wait a minute, you're not saying Paimon's gullible. Paimon, you'll do anything for food. I'm sorry, you'll do absolutely anything for food. You shouldn't take chances like that. We've already made a promise to her. We can't just go back on our word now. A promise is a promise. Yeah, consider this is a way of helping her out. Speaking of which, where is she? Oh, we totally get that. Sounds just like the Adventurers Guild commissions. Sure, where are we going? What? Wait, are we going to the... I think we have to walk there. I think we have to walk there. Alright, let's go. Fucking hell, Ether. Fucking hell. Okay, I haven't been down here yet, so this is gonna be interesting. I haven't been down here yet. Very interesting. Very interesting. How are we gonna earn credit coupons down here? How are we gonna earn credit coupons? Huh? 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 Oh. She opened her mouth. No, she don't. The music! The music! Who's gonna offer us a drink, and why won't we take it? What the hell? Okay. What the fuck? A mechanical device which is extremely complex to operate. It can open and close the paths that lead from the abandoned production zone in various directions. When activated, the arrowhead critical. Is that it? I think we got it. Yeah, I think we got it. What? What? I'm confused. Fuck. You wait for it again. Oh my god, I kind of slowed down for a second, so I didn't realize it was already there. Like, what? Oh, wait. Huh? What the hell? This is very, very slow. Holy fuck. Who the hell is this guy? Who's this guy? Oh? Don't you like Fanta? Well, you want us to take all of it? Thank you, then. We could go to the Ragged Bro shop later if we have anything new. Fresh health drinks? I'll have Fanta, please. That's what he meant. It's just that we had lots of drinks before coming here. I probably bet these drinks are good. We'll make sure to try one next time. See you later.
The scent of treasure.
What? Memo?
Step on up!
Oh, we're last? Like I said, it looks like you got some Koopas too, Captain. Wait. Aren't we still dead last? Even Darcy's ahead of us. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. He entered the competition by himself, did he? How can this be happening? Pisces, wait a minute, does that mean he was so nice to us at the start because he could gain something from it? Or is it won't we lose for sure if this keeps up? Ugh. If only Pyro wouldn't had it even so much at the Ragged Boy shop earlier. Lanoya, our problem right now is that we're about to use competition. Aren't you guys at least a bit worried? Today was exhausting. Yeah, let's keep going tomorrow. That's playing favorites, Lanoya. Papa's died too. Yeah, okay. And yeah, that sounds like a better plan. Sure, Jaden, you can take a break now if you're tired. And I will. As Lynette. Should we rest now? Carter, tell me more of that story about the little girl. Last time we left off with the little girl living in the giant's garden. I bet she leaves the giant's garden, but how does she get out of there? One day, the little girl heard the sound of a woman's voice coming from beyond the towering wall. Kind-hearted giant, I am. I am in need of the little purple flowers from your garden. Would you please give me some? The giant refused, of course, and furiously bellowed at the woman on the other side of the garden wall to leave at once. But the woman did not leave. From a short distance away, she lamented. What does lamented mean? That she had journeyed from afar for a little purple flower in the garden which she needed to cure a sick friend's illness. Her other words are like the little girl felt sorry for her and her friend. The giant had so many flowers in the sky, surely having one or two wouldn't hurt. Let me see. Passionate expression of grief and sorrow. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I never knew. Oh my god, man. That's the little girl approached the garden while I whispered to the woman that she was waiting to bring the woman a few of the little purple flowers. Except the little girl said the giant wouldn't let her leave. And the gardener's voice was so tall that she wasn't sure how she'd be able to get the flowers to her from outside. From the other side of the wall, the woman told the little girl that she was actually a witch that knew many magic spells, and if the little girl could bring her the flowers she needed for the giant's garden, she could use her magic to help the little girl leave the garden. Leave that garden. Did the little girl decide to help the witch? I bet she did, otherwise that witch wouldn't be able to cure her friend's illness, right? But the giant says she couldn't leave the garden. If she left, wouldn't she get punished somehow? It's getting late. Let's see the next part of story time. I do not want to read any more of this fucking story, man. Jesus. How? Fuck.
Over here!
What even am I supposed to be doing? Bro, I don't know what I'm doing. It says on this level. What? I actually have no idea. Let me search it up.
Surely the audience will be able to follow the plot here.
What should we do for our next performance?
Well, that's an interesting ad. That's a very interesting ad.
What should we
Surely
do
the audience
for
will
our
be able to
next
follow the plot here.
performance?
Seems Linny is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Useless, really. What?
Why do you have to make the script so complicated?
Surely the audience will be able to follow
What
the
should
plot
we
here.
do for our next performance?
Why do you have to make the script so complicated? Tea is ready. Now it's time for a short rest.
Surely the audience will
What
be
should
able to
we
follow
do
the
for
plot here.
our next performance?
Why do you have to make the script so complicated?
Surely the audience will be able to follow the plot here.
Seems Lenny is saying some strange things again.
What should
It's
we
really
do for
worrying.
our next performance?
Surely the audience will be able to follow the plot here.
Why do you have to make the script so complicated?
What should we do for our next performance?
Okay, is it here? No. I don't even know at this point. I actually have no idea. Please help us, good sources. Oh, it is this? Well, it would have been nice if it told me. Like, I mean, I guess it kind of did, but I thought that was... Usually when it has those, it means it's a whole completely different quest. It's like a different quest type thing. We need lots of Koopas. Are there any jokes we could take? We'll take care of it.
Surprise!
Rift of Erosion.
Step on up!
What the heck?
I sure hope everything goes smoothly. I can't be dealing with any bloody business.
This guy. This guy, you can read minds, that's scary. Gaviot said us to help you, but how did you know that? Well, that makes sense. That's sus. That, I don't know, is it sus? I don't know. Imagine how you define machine killers. Why do you ask? Well, so we're definitely not like her, don't worry. After I do this small bit, I think we'll do Ashikai reaction. I think. Oh, lower? Higher? Oh, this? That's very simple. We need one of these.
I sure hope everything goes smoothly. I can't be dealing with anything funny.
Right? Got it. Got it. This is too easy. By the way, what does this device do? So there are X's to the mine shaft. True. Interesting. You're kidding. You're kidding? We're friggin' 20 away. We speak to like a old man somewhere around here. It looks like it. This guy. And you're about the green stones? Okay, that video completely just lied to me. Wait, what?
I'm telling you, something's wrong with Archeon.
Oh my god, Atman. Yeah, after we get enough coupons, we'll watch the video.
I'm telling you, something's wrong with Archeon.
my god, man.
I'm telling you, something's wrong.
Jesus, that voice, that freaking thing there scared me. Oh. Yeah. What? The dormitory block mail room. What? What the hell even is that? Ugh. Eh. So is it just the dormitories that we were in? Is it just those? Ah, okay, dude. Oh, look, it's this guy. This guy. Are you alright? Huh? Why not? Poor guy, we'll help him, won't we? Yeah. The market average? That's right, don't sweat it. We're happy to help. Pies Pies is jaded. We're adventure buddies. Hey, don't worry, we'll take care of it. December leaves in a hurry after handing over the letter. Long time passes before your pilot knows that the short crew hasn't moved an inch. You could be here a while. Suddenly your attention is drawn to a conversation between two people behind you. Yeah, no. Jesus. Please. Oh, him? Oh, him. Is that what he did to us? Bruh. Oh. This ain't Miss December. But I didn't realize what we'd lined up for. Good thing we always have food with us for emergencies. Yep, and Piper too. that did sound very nice, but probably can't put a figure on it. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Oh shit. Queuing for a long time gets tedious and tiring. You start to forget your purpose here. Only occasional background noise and channel serves to remind you that despite how it feels, time is indeed moving. Fuck. Wait, why did it... I only clicked it once. I only clicked once. Bruh. This is war? Oh my god. He forgot his letter, man. December's really... Luck is really terrible. Really is terrible. Right then, what did he give us? Right, he handed it right to us. Pirate's getting pretty confused. Oh, what's that for today? Oh, wow. Let's peek at it. Oh, god. To my love, what the this is a letter to Nuvile? Wait. What? Okay. To my love, my dearest Monsieur Nuvile. I know not how many days and nights have passed since your previous charm. My dreams probably one. Probably zero, actually. My dreams have been filled with longing for your face, so kind, so handsome. It excites me, agitates me, and know that I shall be leaving this and I shall see you once more. As I said, I will do anything to see you again. What? And I can't wait no longer. Indeed, no one more moment for your cascade me your humble definite. At this time, I swear you'll remember. This sounds like a. At this time, I promise you, I swear you'll remember my Jesus. You're Amira, White Lily. What the fuck? None of this information adds up. It's almost our turn. Shall we hand in the letter? As your torturous ordeal approaches the end, you reassure yourself that this has been worth it. But your question remains unanswered. The chapter has closed, but the story continues. Bro, what? What? Oh.
Just like expected.
Yoink. Yoink. Why are you so out of breath? It was signed White. Your White Lily? Huh? Looking at the contents of your letter, she does seem very sick indeed. Oh my god. Wait, really? So you finally got your letter posted, but it was the wrong one? Wow, you really live up to your nickname, the Sunbury. The Sunbury. You can send it a day late, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, give me my money. But why do you have to leave? How am I supposed to type questions for him? No man, at least we got some coupons. Heh, heh, heh. Is that all? It's not even 1 meal's worth. Guess we're going hungry tonight. No, but we're so hungry. Wah. Okay, so we're gonna leave that for today. Gotta be honest, I am so out of breath. I am not built for talking much. Yeah. And we're gonna watch the Ashikai video. It's about, is it Nuvla and the Visions? So we'll see where that goes.
We have put.
Shut up. I'm sorry, but shut up. Okay. What can I build? This. This. Why not? This. Realm Depot. Fuck, one thing. Trust rank.
If you ever.
Oh! Shut up! Shut up. Oh yeah, Shinshou's birthday today. Shit. Oh wait, we don't have it. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, we're gonna go to the toilet as well, and then we can watch Ashikai video. Goes for like 38 minutes, so it's a bit of a long one, and apparently it's a complete brain rot. Like, your brain would be completely fuzzled after it, so... Can't wait. I can't wait. Yay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's do it. Wait. I haven't missed any frames. No. Already reacted to Brad looking at the Google Maps thing. By why have I forgotten his name? I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed I forgot his name. Mugen. I know it's out of M, but geez, I forgot. That's embarrassing. Okay, let's go here. It's called Do Fishes Come from Dragons? Oh.
Is Hello
No, HelloFresh is not worth it.
There are a
Okay, let's get this up. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Actually, let me turn this back off. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Reaction time? I think so. I think so. Okay. Let's do it. 37 minutes. Do visions come from dragons? Project Teyvat, 5 out of 5.
There are a lot of unanswered lore topics in this game that haunt me, but three things in
Yes.
particular have been bothering me as of late. Dragons, visions, and Celestia. No surprises
the
there,
unknown
though. I mean,
god.
these are three of the biggest plot points in the game, but recently I think I've had
You know, I realized today when I was looking through like the VAs for the game that I never realized that Chi-Chi and the unknown god, or who we just saw on the side, have the same VA. I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, Chi-Chi's the unknown god. Oh shit, man, Chi-Chi is the unknown god.
There, though. I mean, these are three
Oh,
of the
oh my
biggest
God.
plot points in the game, but
Yes.
recently I think I've had a bit of a breakthrough. What if I told you that I might know exactly what visions are, why they exist, and who or what grants them?
Please
Well,
enlighten
there's
me.
no what if, because that's exactly what I'm going to try and do in this video, because yes, I spent way too much time thinking about visions and dragons, and now I have an absolutely bonkers theory for you that I think you're really gonna like.
Very blocky.
So,
What the
allow
hell?
me to
It was
present to
very
you the
blocky,
final
what the hell?
installment of my 5-ish part series, Project Teyvat. Details about the series, as well as timestamps, links for further reading, and spoiler warnings are in the description box. And don't worry if you haven't seen the other episodes, each one is more or less self-contained, so you can watch this one without worrying. Okay, I think that's all of the housekeeping I have, so let's begin the theory and start by talking about the Gnosis.
Okay.
For the last
Here we
3
go.
years, all we really knew about the Gnosis is that they could summon massive amounts of power at will, enhance pre-existing abilities, power incredible machines, and that they somehow served as a direct connection to Celestia. That's
Yes.
not a lot for 3 years of video game lore.
True.
It's only in
It's very
Fontaine
true.
that we learned exactly what a Gnosis is. It's an object
Yes.
containing the stolen elemental authority of the original 7 dragon sovereigns, taken
Part
from
of it,
them
right?
and re-gifted
It's just
to
part
the
of it.
Archons without the consent of their original owners. And this
That's
harkens back
interesting.
to Teyvat's
And friggin' Nouvelet's voice line is very interesting. Like, Nouvelet's voice I say is like he gets the Gnosis and he combines it with his power. Which
So,
I feel like, yeah, I feel like
Dennis-
maybe they weren't supposed to put that in just yet, but I don't know.
consent of
Very
their
interesting
original
though.
owners.
Very
And
interesting.
this harkens back to Teyvat's so-called Genesis story. See, Teyvat was originally ruled by dragon kings until someone called the Primordial One invaded, then won a war against these dragons for control, terraformed
Yes.
the world so that they could populate it with their favored humans, and then they crippled the dragon's power by seizing their authorities and sealing them into the shape of a gnosis, so like a little chess piece, which would later be given to the Archons for safekeeping. This is as accurate as we can get our Genesis story for right now, based on what we know from records like Before Sun and Moon, as well as testimonies from the Dragon Kings Apep and Nouvelet. There's a very obvious difference between Apep and Nouvelet, and that's the fact that Nouvelet here is very human-shaped,
Yes.
while Apep
Yes.
is not. This seems to be because Apep was one of the original dragons who experienced the Dragon War, as I'm going to call it.
And Nouvelet
while
is
Nouvelet was
reincarnated.
born much
Not
later
reincarnated,
after
but-
the previous Hydro Dragon died. It's reasonable
Successor.
to assume that he was probably born in the form of a human rather than a dragon because of his missing authority. And that in order to become a true dragon, Farina, or whoever has the Hydronosis, will need to return it to him.
Probably the
And
Oratrice.
based on his final ascension line,
Probably
they're going
Oratrice.
to. Now there's a lot to unpack here, but I only want ascension
Yes.
line.
Now that I have reclaimed one of the 7 authorities from the hands of the usurpers, I have regained my true form. I am now a fully fledged dragon, powerful enough to judge the rest of the gods. My final destiny is to judge the usurping king in the heavens above. But until that time comes, I will lend my power to you. So during Act 5, we're gonna use friggin' the power of the Gnosis. We are. For something. Or maybe this is talking to Nouvelet. I mean, I was gonna say to Arlecchino, but it's probably talking to us. But it's insane.
They're going to.
It's insane.
Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but I only want to talk about this
insane.
concept of authority, because the last time we encountered this term in a meaningful way, it was in relation to King Deshret. And believe it or not, Deshret's story is actually relevant to the fate of the dragons. Hear me out on this. In the years leading up to the Archon War, King Deshret appears to have been offered a Gnosis, or rather a dragon authority, which he ended up rejecting. Now,
Yes.
this could have been because he had a strong alliance with the local gods, like the goddess of flowers and Ruka Devata, and therefore felt no need to participate in a war over the power of dragons when he was arguably already the supreme ruler of his nation. But I think this move was actually far more calculated on his part. See, Deshret and the Goddess of Flowers believe that humans should be free to rule themselves, that they should be their own king, so to speak. And to this end, the two of them conspired to challenge heaven and win humans this very freedom. This involved the Goddess of Flowers sacrificing herself to open the way to the Abyss, where Deshret would obtain this thing called forbidden knowledge, which is basically just abyssal energy. These two things are more or less
Which ain't good.
interchangeable for all intents and
Which ain't
purposes, so just keep that in mind if I switch back
okay.
and forth between the terms.
Okay.
Deshret was said to have mastered all the elements, but still believed he needed more power to take on heaven, and
Ether?
that's
Lumi? Either
where the
Lumi?
forbidden knowledge comes in. It's the type of power that can tip the scales, so to speak. You see, during the power quest, we learned that there are technically 3 types of power in Teyvat. Elemental, Abyssal, and the Kavarna, which appears to be the power of heaven. Now, dragons rule over the elements, and
Makes
some
sense.
unknown thing rules over the abyss, and Celestia rules over heaven. So this is basically like your typical fantasy magic system where you have a bunch of elemental powers plus light and dark, but Genshin just made light and dark a little bit more special. Based on Renee's investigation notes and bizarre transcript, the Kavarna, or heaven power, is distinct from the elements and is actually more comparable to the power of the abyss, hence the duality of light and dark.
Wait, so,
In
wait.
notes and bizarre transcript, the magic's a bit more special. Based
Sorry.
on Renee's investigation notes and bizarre transcript, the Kavarna, or heaven power, is
that one.
distinct
Oh, okay.
from the elements and is actually more comparable to the power of the abyss, hence
Interesting.
the duality of light and dark, right? He then goes on to say that they possess the ability to, quote, rewrite the rules of this world, which implies that they have a higher level of authority than elemental energy. It is vital at this point that we understand that the elements commanded by the dragons make up the very fabric of reality. They are elements of matter, comprising plants, animals, solids, liquids, gases,
Yeah.
plasmas, etc. The Kavarna and the Abyss, however, do not appear to actually make up the physical world necessarily, but instead seem to possess the ability to shape that matter and dictate how it works. To put it into earthly science, Teyvat's elements are like the atoms that make up the universe, while Kavarna and the Abyss are like the laws of physics which tell us how those atoms behave. It's not a perfect example, but it's the best I've got for right now. So with this new context in mind, picture Deshret trying to come up with a plan to overthrow Celestia. Celestia has total control over not just the Kavarna and this heavenly power, but also the 7 elemental authorities that make up all matter in the world. So in order to surpass that level of authority and gain control over everything to rewrite the rules of the world, he would need an even greater type of authority, right? Or at least a comparable one. But the power of heaven, or the Kavarna, is something that's very limited in supply in Teyvat because Celestia kind of has a monopoly on it, right? So his only option was to leverage the power of the Abyss. And this feels pretty logical, right? Like,
Yeah, it
after all,
does.
this was
It
also
actually
the plan
does.
of the king of the dragon sovereigns, Nibelung.
It does.
He thought that their only hope of victory against the primordial one was to utilize forbidden knowledge, a type of energy from the Abyss. In other words, he needed a higher or comparable level of authority in order to challenge Celestia on even ground. And this logic of matching authorities could also explain why the Abyss twin aligns themselves with the Abyss. They may be trying to obtain a higher level of authority through the Abyss, knowing that elemental authorities won't be enough to challenge heaven and win. The point that I'm trying to make here with all of this is that right now, Celestia has too much power, and the only time it's been able to be challenged enough to be scared was when the Second Throne attacked them, with what appears to have been abyssal power during the first human civilization, many years after the Dragon War. Many have theorized that the Second Throne could have been the Dragon King Nibelung returning to Teyvat after obtaining forbidden knowledge in the Abyss. And if that theory holds true, it would make sense why Celestia would decide to isolate itself. The dragons they once conquered with ease managed to break through their defenses, after all. If they're not careful, they could lose control over Teyvat entirely. Now, I could go down this rabbit hole for an entire video, but let's stop it there because the main reason why I wanted to hone in on this whole authority thing is because of something that Venti tells us at the very beginning of the game. After Signora takes his gnosis, Venti tells us a few interesting things. The first is that a vision is a primitive version of a gnosis, and the second is that an allogene, or a person granted a vision, is someone who is capable of ascending to godhood and therefore Celestia. Now, I'm going to assume that the term primitive here is more like lesser and not older, if only because it would make more sense if the gnosis existed before visions, since they were basically stolen from the sovereigns and there's no record so far of any visions existing prior to the Archon War, which would have taken place much later on than, the whole Dragon Authority thing. So, if a vision is a primitive or lesser version of a gnosis, and a gnosis is the authority of a Dragon King, then doesn't that mean that a vision is the authority of a young or less powerful dragon? When you put it like that, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
Yeah.
After all, we've always assumed that Celestia is the
Kinda
one responsible
true,
for the distributions of visions, right?
Kind of true,
But
though.
why would they hand out lesser versions of the powers that they seized from their draconic enemies, and then allow the people with those powers to ascend to godhood? By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
In fact, it's possible that Celestia doesn't possess the ability to grant these visions at all. After all, the gnosis were stolen. They don't belong to the Archons, they belong to the dragons. And that's probably why the separation of Archon and Gnosis has little to no effect on the Archon apart from a small drop in overall power. The Gnosis were never theirs to begin with, so why would it affect them in any significant way? But you can't say the same thing about visions and allogenes, can you? Inazuma's entire Archon quest was about the relationship between visions and humans. Visions belong to their allogenes. They are not stolen. And that's why separating a person from their vision can really mess them up mentally, emotionally, and even physically.
Strip them of their
They've
ambition.
actually lost a part of their body.
Yeah.
And that checks out, actually, because visions are described as external organs on multiple occasions, and one of them being from this very conversation with Venti where he describes them as primitive versions of the gnosis. And both types of objects are technically likened to organs. In Chinese, a gnosis goes by the name heart of God, while a vision is called the eye of God. Both of these things are organs and therefore vital to the person that they belong to. We can only therefore assume that visions are a physical part of an allogene and are not taken from any other life form like a gnosis is taken from a dragon and transplanted into an archon. Losing a vision means losing a piece of yourself, not unlike how Nouvelette isn't a true dragon without his gnosis or authority. And here's the thing. In Chinese folklore, there's a thing that perfectly matches the description of both the gnosis and visions. And that thing is a dragon's pearl. Hear me out on this. A dragon's pearl is a precious gem that can grant wishes and contains all or most of a dragon's esoteric wisdom and power. Without its pearl, the dragon is no longer a true dragon and grows weak and vulnerable. Stealing a dragon's pearl is a way to cripple the power of an incredibly powerful godlike being, and in this context, Nouvelette's loss of the gnosis and his lack of true dragonhood is just another case of a dragon losing its pearl. Now Celestia's movements begin to make
He ain't
bit
weak,
more
though.
sense.
I mean,
Seize
maybe.
the pearl of a dragon
Doesn't
king
seem
and you
like it.
prevent them from striking back.
Doesn't seem
You
like it.
basically force them into submission. Now give that pearl to someone you command and that person can gain the power of that dragon. And this actually happens in Chinese folklore from time to time.
Okay, so this is off topic, but I mean, not off topic, it's still Genshin, but I just wonder where the hell did Farina go? Because I thought she might have went to the Fortress of Merope, because that's the only way she can go from that direction, from where she walks. You can see where she
Of that
walks.
dragon. And this
Like,
actually happens
there's a wall, right? There's like plant and walls. It goes that way. So I don't know where the hell did she go?
in Chinese
Like,
folklore.
where did she go?
And that person can gain the power
Where'd she
of
go?
that dragon. And this actually happens in Chinese folklore from time to time. In fact, there are even cases of a very normal human boy swallowing a dragon's pearl that they just found on the ground, only to find themselves
Idiot.
transforming into a dragon.
Idiot! No.
Teyvat's Archons are obviously not dragons, but they are able to take a gnosis into their body and leverage that power that didn't originally belong to them. And maybe this is why when A tried to place the electro-gnosis inside of her divine puppet, he cried. Maybe those emotions were carried over from the dead electro dragon because the gnosis was basically its heart.
Oh.
And maybe this wealth of incredibly dangerous power is why the Gnosis ended up not in the hands of the strongest gods from the Archon War, but in the hands of the gods who loved humans the most. And this was always the weakest of the gods they could have picked, with the exception of Zhongli. Think about it. Makoto was weaker than A, Venti was weaker than both Andrias and Decorabia, Rukkhadevata was at least weaker than Deshret, and Agaria, well, she remains to be seen. And had Guizhong lived, I have no doubt she would have been the one to take the Gnosis in Zhongli's place. The ones who eventually received the Gnosis were the ones who were the least threatening of Celestia's power and control over Teyvat. I know this statement makes that whole Deshret was offered a Gnosis thing feel kind of weird, but that should have taken place before or very early on into the Archon War, so it's very possible that at that point Celestia was looking for powerful gods to protect the Gnosis, and then later changed their minds when they saw it could be problematic. It's either that or Deshret was just a Chad who is not only powerful as heck, but who also loved humans the most, and
Is that
statements can be true. I mean, the dude did try to fight heaven for the sake of humans, so, you know.
Yeah.
And if visions are lesser versions of Gnosis and Gnosis are dragon pearls, then visions must be the pearls of a lesser dragon like we hypothesized earlier. Allogenes don't possess the ability to become a celestial god, they possess the ability to become a draconic god, and dragons are the enemies of Celestia. Visions are the pearls of dragons. They represent minor authority over the elements and a threat to Celestia's control over Teyvat. Don't believe me? Well, let's take another look at the Genshin manga. The infamous Vanessa presumably ascended to Celestia, and since only Allogenes can ascend, she must have obtained a vision at some point, even if we never see it happen in the manga. But when she got there, instead of achieving godhood as was her expectation, she was presented with a building that was far more like a panopticon prison than anything else. Besides her horrified expression, the only thing we see are doors closing behind her and the small ghost of a falcon escaping. Do you really think that's what ascending to godhood means? Becoming a ghost bird? Come on now, it's way more likely that Celestia is deliberately blocking human ascension to godhood, capturing Allogenes on their way up, and filling the land with legends and false promises of ascension in order to keep those baby dragons pious, obedient, and easy to capture quietly without sowing panic in the general populace. A false god actively preventing humans from ascending beyond the mortal realm is actually also a core theme of Gnosticism, which is one of the primary inspirations for Genshin's higher level narrative, so it would make the most sense if this was the case with Celestia. Now, the only person who is prophesized to ascend but isn't an Allogene is the Traveler. It literally says so in their character story and on their character card. And they may have been kind of draconic, too, or at least allied with the dragons, because they might not have a vision or a pearl that we know of, but they do seem to be gathering dragon authorities.
Yes,
Since the very launch of the game, there's been this extremely popular...
Like, you're gonna master all the elements like Deshret. And they had the light element, I mean, kind of like Deshret. So will the good traveler? I say good, but who is good in this world? The good traveler, the one you pick, will they go for the abyssal power as well? Oh no, I'm sorry, Ether. I am sorry.
Have a vision or a pearl that we know of, but they do seem to be gathering dragon authorities. Since the very launch of the game, there's been this extremely popular theory that the Traveler's combat kit always matches that of the Archon it shares an element with.
Kinda,
it's one
yeah.
of those theories that where if you squint, it just
That's why I am worried what Farina's... I really want to pull for Farina. Really do. But... the Hydro Traveler sucks so bad. And that is why I'm worried about Farina's skills. I'm worried about her skills. Man, I'm so worried.
that of the Archon it shares an element with. It's one of those theories that where if you squint, it just fits so well. But Sumeru kind of casts some doubt on it because the Traveler's Kit didn't really match Nahida. And
I mean, it kind of did. I mean, Nahida's creates a massive dome with an area that Dendro cores can spawn and stuff, right? What does the Traveler's ult do? It creates an area which Dendro cores can spawn in. Obviously, it's a lot smaller, but everything of the Traveler's is smaller. And with his E, or his or her E, with the Traveler's E, he does this and Dendro goes out in like a little spot. What does the Heaters do? She does this and she casts Dendro. So I feel like they are kind of the same. To me, they're kind of the same.
Some doubt on it because the
kind of
Traveler's Kit didn't really match Nahida. And Fontaine, I don't think it holds up in Fontaine either.
Fontaine,
the
we're
one
not
who
sure.
shares the most kit
Fontaine, we're not
similarities
sure.
with the Traveler, and Fontaine is probably not the Archon, but instead the region's
We don't know,
dragon
though.
sovereign, Nouvelette.
We don't know though.
Nouvelette's kit is pretty basic. Skill and Burst give a couple of big blasts of Hydro and drop Source Water droplets, while his Charge attack sucks those droplets up and lets him insta-charge a giant water cannon at the enemy. The Traveler has a very watered-down version of Nouvelette's Charge attack on their skill, a small finger gun that also generates the exact same Source Water droplets. And
Oh my god, I never realized that. I've only used the Hydro Traveler once or twice, so I never actually
finger
realized.
gun that also
I never
generates the
realized that.
exact same source water.
And his health
droplets.
the health
and
goes down.
weirdly, the Traveler's Hydro Burst is exactly like Ajdaha's Hydro Leg Slam attack, orbitals and all. And this suggests that there should be a connection not between the Traveler and the Archons,
Oh,
but the
okay,
Traveler
maybe.
and the Dragons. And working backwards, this kind of checks out.
Yeah,
The Traveler has almost nothing in common with Nahida's kit other than just their burst both doing dendro damage over time. But their burst is very similar to a Pep's Heart of the Oasis, and it's even shaped like a mushroom, something that Nahida is not associated with, but a Pep is. The Traveler even has a constellation that's named after the Withering, which is a condition that was caused by a Pep and had nothing to do with Nahida. We can't talk at all about the Electro Traveler since we have no Electro Dragon to compare to, but Geo
True.
Traveler also resembles Ajdaha more than Zhongli. C2 causes boulders the Traveler creates to detonate, just like Ajdaha, and Zhongli doesn't do that. And the shape of the Traveler's burst is tall and jagged and crystalline, just like Ajdaha's, especially notable during the tail slam. It lacks the perfect cubic geometry of anything related to Zhongli and is completely devoid of his shielding ability, something that Ajdaha also lacks. The Animal Traveler's skill may represent Venti's burst quite a bit, I will give you that, but the Traveler's burst is a tornado, which is what Dvalin creates during story scenes, but it
Fucking Jesus Christ. It's actually making so much sense. Oh my god. I didn't really expect it to make too much sense, but wow, it is.
admittedly not during his boss fight. So there's your outlier, I guess, unless you want to argue that his little windy plasma ball things are akin to the Traveler's skill, which I could see that. But still, isn't this a little bit weird? The mysterious Golden Traveler naturally gathering lesser dragon authorities from the statues of the 7 Archons? And I don't know how many of you actually remember this, but way back when the Traveler first acquired the power of Animo, they touched the statue of 7 for the very, very, very first time, and there was a sound of a heartbeat.
Oh shit. Was that actually?
Just before the authority was granted. Now, it certainly wasn't Venti's heartbeat, and it likely wasn't Dvalin's, because we meet both of them later on, and they don't seem to know anything about it. So, whose heartbeat was it? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it probably belonged to the High King of all dragons, Nibelung. Nibelung would have been the High King of the Dragon Sovereigns, so the 8th Dragon King. And when the Sovereigns were losing the war against the invading Primordial One, Nibelung suggested using the power of the Abyss in order to fight back. Presumably, he left to obtain that power and then returned with it, challenged the Primordial One again, and lost. At this point, he would have been very full of Abyss juice, and the Primordial One up in Celestia hates Abyss juice. According to the goddess of flowers, celestial nails are a tool used to force the abyss back underground, so it's not unreasonable to assume that an abyss juice-filled Nibelung might have been nailed and then forced back underground with the rest of the juice. A powerful dark dragon sealed underground is also something that we find in Norse mythology in the form of Nidhogg. I'm looking at Norse mythology specifically because Nibelung is the name of a race of dwarves from Norse myth. Now, Nidhogg breaking free of its prison is supposed to herald Ragnarok, or like the end of the world. And after the events in Chapter 4, the return of the Dragon King seems to be a theme that Genshin would want to explore narratively, so this is a pretty realistic reference. Nidhogg isn't just trapped underground, though. He's trapped beneath the roots of the world tree Yggdrasil, which in Genshin should be Irminsul. We'll get to that a little bit later. Now, Irminsul's roots stretch deep into the abyss, so if Nibelung is trapped underground with all of that abyss juice, then he may be located at the base of Irminsul's roots. Now remember, Irminsul's roots are also called the ley lines, and these ley lines cover the entire world, collecting elemental energy and bringing it back to the tree. In fact, ley lines are how the traveler canonically teleports, according to the description of the teleport waypoints anyway, which means that the Statue of Seven are also connected directly to the ley lines since you can teleport to them. And since authority over the elements rightly belongs to the Dragon Kings, Nibelung should have some compatibility with this system and possess some means of influencing it. We'll also talk about this a little bit later. But with this new context in mind, let's revisit this event again. The traveler touches a Statue of Seven connected to the ley lines, which are, hypothetically, trapping the Dragon King deep underground. The Dragon King recognizes the traveler and grants them a weak animo authority. Now remember that the dragon authorities are called the heart of God, so hearing a heartbeat here serves as an indirect nod to the type of power being granted. And the weirdest thing about all of this is that the traveler seems to know where these powers come from, why they got them, and potentially what the implications are. Implying that they are familiar with the Dragon King, or at least the type of energy that they were given. And that's a pretty weird thing to know if you're not from Teyvat, or somewhere adjacent to it. So it's pretty interesting that the Abyss Twin calls Conria their homeland, since Conria is adjacent to Teyvat, deep underground. And to that end, the Abyss Twin also claims that they've journeyed through the world just like the Traveler did once upon a time, which implies that they already obtained all 7 elemental authorities, and yet they still decided to pursue abyssal power. If you ask me, they must have realized that those 7 authorities weren't enough, just like Nibelung did. That's why they gave us that warning. Once you've journeyed through this world like I did, you'll come to the same conclusions. You know what's really weird? We already did something very similar to this during the Golden Slumber World Quest, because in that quest we had to take the Scarlet Sand Slate to different stone pillars throughout the desert to obtain 7 clearance levels, which eventually gained us access to Deshret's throne, and anyone who sits upon his throne gains his authority, and thus control over his world of the Golden Slumber. Now, is that not exactly what the Abyss Twin and the Traveler are doing? Gathering powers from 7 statues in order to ascend to the throne of heaven? And one of them even aligned themselves with the Abyss? And what with Deshret having a lot of really weird connections to Conria, which I outlined in this 2-part video series, I am now extremely suspicious of the fact that he and the Traveler and the Abyss Twin followed the same path as the Dragon King Nibelung. And this is the part where I go off the rails and I say that I think Nibelung and Conria's infamous King Ermin are the same person.
Oh,
or
Jesus.
are at least related to each other. Obvious reasoning first is that Ermin
King
shares a name
is the Nouvelette. King Deshret is like the Nouvelette.
Ermin's soul. And that's not accidental because the name Ermin is an epithet for Odin. And Yggdrasil was another name for Odin's tree. And since Yggdrasil and Irminsul are both world trees, Irminsul is likely another name for Odin's tree. You with me so far?
Yes.
The second and
I think I've heard you
less
say this
obvious
before.
reason is partly because of this name card. It's presumably talking about the twins and their arrival in Conria over 500 years ago, based on the fact that we know Conria performed a summoning that the heavens responded to, which resulted in the twins arriving in Conria. But look at what they're referencing in the beginning.
Almighty Sovereign.
Almighty Sovereign. I checked the original Chinese characters and they translate more closely into High King, the implication being that this is a king that rules over other kings. like how Nibelung was the king of all the dragon kings. Now this title should belong to King Ermin since he was the only known king of Conria, so why would they call him the king of all kings if there was only presumably one king of Conria? And before you put anything in the comments, yes, I know that the King of Kings is a biblical term and can refer to emperors or an emperor-like rank in the Middle East, but the Chinese wiki page on nobility and Western culture where I found this specific set of characters deliberately differentiated between a high king and an emperor. And there were literally only 2 results in the entire wiki with these characters in that order. The first one literally referring to the High Kings of Ireland, which is a situation where one king rules over a bunch of lesser kings. And the second one was actually just a whole page about Odin's special throne in heaven. And if the translation team was aware of that, then the choice to translate High King into Almighty Sovereign is kinda suspicious since they'd be knowingly translating a title of Odin or Ermin into one typically reserved for the Dragon King.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, Odin is responsible for breathing life into the first humans in Norse mythology. The way I see it, this heavily suggests that the humans of Teyvat are directly related to dragons and Conrians most of all, since Odin is Ermin and Ermin is their king. However, the creation of human beings is actually referenced twice. Most people know of Ask and Embla, the first man and woman carved from ash and elm trees respectively by Odin with his brothers Vili and Ve. Ask and Embla would then go on to populate the entire Earth, kind of like an Adam and Eve kind of thing. But literally one stanza below this one, there's an entire myth about the first humans which claims that it was actually the dwarves who sculpted the first mannequins out of clay. And then Odin, Vili, and Ve gave these sculptures life and they became the first humans. This is a subject of scholarly dispute, obviously, as many instead claim that these sculptures became dwarves instead of humans, thus allowing both myths to exist at the same time, but I am not an authority on the subject, so I can't comment. Still, though, that is 2 human creation stories in the same poem, one saying that they were made of trees by the Aesir, and one saying that they were made of clay by the dwarves. Now, in Genshin, dwarves are dragons. Nibelung is actually named after a race of dwarves. Durin and Dvalin are also named after prominent dwarves, and Neuvillette draws inspiration from a folktale about a dwarf named Otter, who literally transformed into an otter and got murdered by Loki for his pelt. The story is about justice and law, and Neuvillette looks like the Fontaine otters, and I don't really know what else you want me to say on that. It's just that is what it is. But even the Cumbrian people themselves share commonalities with the dwarves of Germanic folklore, and I'm not just talking about the fact that one of their noble families is named after the dwarf Albric. Both dwarves and Conrians are a people who live underground with exceptionally advanced technology and craftsmanship. Both are a people with connections to the original human creation story, what with Conria being called the homeland of all humans. And both of them have weird amounts of connections with dragons. Like in Norse mythology, dwarves like turning into dragons for some reason. Like in the case of Fafnir, he turned into a dragon to protect a bunch of treasure, but he was originally a dwarf. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And while the Conrians boast about being a civilization without a god,
Beyblades? Fafnir? I have that. I have that as a Beyblade.
Weird. Into a dragon to protect a bunch of treasure, but he was originally a dwarf. I don't know, it's kind of weird. And while the Conrians boast about being a civilization without a god, Odin, the highest of all Norse gods, is literally the name of their king. And if he's not a god, then what is he? A man named after a god? Or maybe a dragon? Or a man of draconic descent? Because if Conria is a land ruled by dragons and is also the homeland of humanity, it stands to reason that all humans must have originally come from dragons or must be dragons in a human skin, kinda like Neuvillette. And if that's true, then this explains why Conrians share a stronger resistance against the effects of the abyss, why they have no visions, and why they don't turn into hilichurls. They've maintained a connection to their draconic origins, whereas the people of Teyvat may be slowly losing it or having it extracted. This would fit with the Gnostic themes of Genshin.
I'm starting to get a little lost.
Or false god notices that humans have a spark of divinity within them, and they do everything they can to prevent humans from using it to ascend. In Genshin, this may manifest as Celestia trying to extract draconic power from within people. So the final question is, why? Why would Celestia go through all this trouble? What is their obsession with humans? And why are they so prejudiced against dragons? To answer this, let me tell you why I named this series Project Teyvat.
Oh my god.
The word Teyvat is Hebrew for chest or box, but can also be used to describe an ark, like Noah's Ark or Teyvat Noah. Our oldest records of Teyvat's genesis references Noah's Ark a lot, from the dove holding branches to the time spent on the ark to literally talking about the opening of an ark. Noah's Ark was meant to save certain species from complete destruction after God decided to destroy the world with a flood, but the presence of an ark in this Genshin myth implies that there was a civilization around to build it in the first place, right? Because you can't save anything on an ark if there's nothing there to save in the first place. In the previous episode, I suggested that Genshin was Hoyo's way of exploring a fallen timeline of sorts for Honkai Impact 3rd, where the heroes failed, the Earth was destroyed, and Project Ark was sent into space as the ultimate backup plan to reseed the Earth with humans once it was safe to do so after the apocalypse. I still think this. In Honkai Impact, Honkai Energy is
Sorry, I'm gonna have to skip this. I am playing through Honkai, so yeah.
may have more heaven's power,
Yeah,
a
sure.
sea of darkness, with elemental
Sorry,
energy
but-
being a far less harmful byproduct of this interaction and a means by which the Earth was reborn. Perhaps Irminsul was always the way the previous civilization planned to survive the apocalypse, and the Ark was merely a backup plan in case they failed. And perhaps it was Irmin who either figured out how to use this tree or who created it in the first place, hence Irminsul or Irmin's tree. Now imagine the Primordial One who was aboard the Ark this entire time, returning to Teyvat and finding it infested with monsters. Logically, they would assume that humanity must have failed in their mission and they would begin the process of reseeding humans around the world. But the rules of the world had fundamentally changed since the last era. In order to reshape the world and take things over in the name of humanity, they would need to take control of Irminsul itself. So, they found an opportunity to seize control of the Divine Tree, or rather, the Divine Authority, which allowed them to rewrite the rules of the world.
Wow.
An operation I call Project Teyvat.
Oh.
With its newfound control over Irminsul, the Primordial One was free to terraform the planet and reboot the concept of humanity as it existed within the previous era. And I think this process mostly involved mind-jacking the lives that already lived on the planet. Meaning those new humans were actually former dragons given a new shape. They were brainwashed into becoming human. Over time, these humans would forget their draconic roots and submit to the new order. These draconic roots are humans' divine origins. And forgetting one's divine origins is a core theme of Gnosticism and is something encouraged by the Demiurge or the false god. And that's what the Primordial One appears to be, a false god. And I think it's possible that the Primordial One also mind-jacked other types of dragons, altering their shapes until they stopped resembling dragons so much and started to resemble birds or doves. And in half-human forms, perhaps you could call them angels. Take Seelies, for example. What's left of these little ghosties strongly resembles a Cleon, or a sea angel, which is a type of sea slug. The only other creatures in-game so far that are based on sea slugs are all dragons or children of dragons. Most explicitly, this can be seen in Dvalin and the Melazines, who are children of the dragon Elenus. This suggests that Seelies may have been of draconic origin under the control of the Primordial One. And in fact, these Seelies might have been like the caretakers of Irminsul, which is why the Primordial One appointed them specifically to work under him. I mean, we all know how easy it is for Irminsul to manipulate the minds and memories of those who belong to Teyvat, and that's why I spent a whole episode explaining the theory behind why Irminsul is a giant collective consciousness, and that's how it reshapes the world. All of our time in Sumeru studying hive minds and Deshret and the Golden Slumber and the Akasha, all of it is just a prelude to this. And those systems generally had an overmind, like one mind that controlled all of the other little minds. This should be the primordial one, the logos from this diagram that we shared in a previous episode. This is probably why Conria is so opposed to the rule of Celestia. They're actually a nation of dragons or humans with the blood of dragons or humans under the protection of a dragon that managed to escape the control of the primordial one. And that's why their civilization is built around warfare. They're fighting for their freedom. I think it's very telling, too, that Dainsleif is hypercritical of every Archon but speaks very highly of Neuvillette, even commenting on how amused this dragon must be watching humans revel beneath these gods that are definitely imprisoning them, and fighting for territory that doesn't belong to them. Dainsleif seems to believe that the dragons have the rights to this world, yet also talks of fighting for this world in the name of humanity. This is something many have tried and failed to do. It's something the Abyss Twin is working towards. It's something that Conria wanted the twins for in the first place. I mean, Clotar said as much when he said, "To us, you were the Abyss." With the Abyss in this case being
hey,
the only power
JRC,
capable
I'm going
of
good.
dethroning Heaven. So,
Thanks
in
for the
summary,
follow.
Earth got flooded, humans turned into dragons, someone is pretending to be God.
Wait. How was the sun a turd?
So, in summary, Earth got flooded, humans turned into dragons, someone is pretending to be God and tricking people into acting like humans again by taking over the collective unconscious, and the dragons are rebelling by building armies of robots and allergenes so that they can be free. That's it. That's the whole theory.
Okay, so you could have just said that. No. Jesus, I am...
That was a very, very long series.
Oh, my brain hurts.
Let's never do that again.
My
There's over
brain.
65 pages of cut content at this point, including a self-contained essay on Hilichurls, which at this point is just going to be its own video. I mean, I may as well. But while the names of my lovely and adorable channel members scroll on by, I have a couple of closing thoughts to share. You probably noticed that I never mentioned the Genesis Pearl in a video that was all about pearls, and that's probably because I don't really have a solid idea of what it is. Based on this theory, at least, it should be the pearl of the dragon who birthed Teyvat, I guess, but I don't really have much evidence for it. If it is at all related to Irminsul, though, then it could also be the seed of Irminsul, which is what allowed for Teyvat to be reborn after the apocalypse, so I guess that would count. Perhaps the Genesis Pearl is just another term used to refer to the...
So... it's all good, Jesse. It's all good. You don't need help with anything. Thanks for the offer.
authority of... Perhaps the Genesis Pearl is just another term used to refer to the authority of Irminsul. I mean, that would explain why a black abyss-looking snake coils around it in the Battle Pass cutscene. Perhaps that's a representation of Nibelung trying to protect Teyvat from invaders. I mean, 3 years in, and I'm still waiting for more Battle Pass lore. And I'm probably gonna be waiting until the game ends. But until then, I just want to say thank you so much for watching me and supporting this channel. I really couldn't do this without you guys, so make sure to take care of yourselves like you're like the cutest kid.
Bro, you just destroyed my brain. How am I supposed to take care of myself now?
I really couldn't do this without you guys, so make sure to take care of yourselves like you're like the cutest kitten in the world, you know? Like, just pamper yourself. Like, does that include like a bowl of milk? Or, you know what? Never mind.
And a cup of milk.
I'm gonna go. I'll catch you guys later.
Bye. Bye-bye. So that... Thanks, Jesse. Well, I'm gonna watch Brandon Lime react to this on his, gonna go back to his, whatever Twitch stream it was and react to him die from this. Bro, I don't... I mean, a lot of it does make sense with, the Traveler, its things being connected to, the dragons and stuff. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie, that makes a whole lot of sense. But a lot of it, it's probably a good thing I'm watching Brandon Online react to this so I can watch it again. Because god damn, this is something you need to watch multiple times. But I am gonna edit stream here anyway. I'm I hope everyone did enjoy. Make sure to follow. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. I will do more of the unfinished comedy probably next stream. But yeah, I hope everyone did enjoy. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye!